Australia. The land of opportunities offers much more to aspiring immigrants than you would imagine. Great lifestyle, career opportunities, work-life balance, affordable quality education, social security and health benefits, incredible sports facilities, and world-class living, just to name a few. Australia has a strong economy and low unemployment rate, and offers salaries that well justify your professional credentials and expectations. Are you a skilled immigrant struggling to find your perfect job in Australia? Have you applied for several jobs and getting very few to no interview calls at all? Have you been interviewed but consistently getting rejection letters and wondering why? Are you a resilient professional who is really serious about investing your time and money in quickly finding your dream job? It doesn't matter whether you're in Australia or overseas. We are here to help you. Based in Melbourne, Career Launch Australia is a professional career mentoring service offered to global skilled immigrants to secure their perfect Australian job in weeks instead of months and getting paid what they deserve, even if they don't have local experience. Immigrant coaching is much more than just career coaching. It involves understanding the mindset and thought process of individual immigrants at an emotional level and professionally helping them with their job search. Empathy and heart-to-heart connection is crucial for immigrant coaching, and you will surely notice it in CLA consultants. Qualified professionals who have already got their Australian PR, work visa, or those who have applied for Australian PR and are likely to get their visa in the near future, proactively start working with CLA and acquire job search breakthrough techniques. This often results in them quickly securing the job they love after they migrate to Australia. CLA's proven success blueprints offers immigrant professionals practical tools and mindset they need to quickly succeed in their new life and career in Australia. CLA has been marketing their clients successfully into their preferred careers since more than 10 years, giving them both competence and confidence to win the high-paying positions they deserve. Our fully customizable mentoring package includes executive resume writing, LinkedIn profile, interview preparation, addressing key selection criteria, salary projection and negotiation, and most importantly, strategic networking techniques and connecting you with industry connections. A study shows that recruiters spend only 6 seconds reviewing an individual resume. Does your resume stand out in 6 seconds? On an average, every corporate job receives around 250 applications. Does your application hit the nail on the head? 89% of recruiters report hiring candidates through LinkedIn. Does your LinkedIn profile attract interest? 92% of employers and recruiters hire or plan to hire candidates through networks or referrals. How many recruiters do you know? 85% of critical jobs are filled via networking of some sort. Do you know how to strategically network with the right people and access the hidden job market? Average Australian full-time salary is $5,000 a month. You're losing this huge amount every month you're jobless for, and you're using your own hard-earned overseas money to survive in Australia. Could you afford to sustain this double loss? Time is ticking, so don't wait any further. Come and have a chat with us to quickly secure your dream job.
Welcome to Career Launch Australia. You're watching us live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. At CLA, we believe in transforming our clients' lives. Professionally helping clients to get their ideal jobs is just one part of what we do. Today, I'm joined by Aniket, who has shown strong commitment in quickly securing his job as Estimator. Aniket, welcome to this live simulcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, sir. Thank you.
You're most welcome, Aniket. So Aniket is a Swinburne University scholar with Masters in Construction and Infrastructure Management. He has represented his state in football in India, which most people don't know. Aniket was referred to CLA by his friend Aditya, who we have helped earlier in getting his job in the niche field of robotics. Aniket completed his master's in November or December 2020, and after CLA was recommended to him by his friend, he watched CLA's video testimonials. He enrolled in CLA's mentoring program toward the end of April 21 and pretty quickly got his job in June 2021. Currently, Aniket is serving his 14 days mandatory quarantine in Perth before he begins his new journey very soon. Three things which are very unique about Aniket, and they are: he has no Australian experience in his field, he is still on his bridging A visa, and he has secured his job in Perth while he was in Melbourne. How could he do it? Let's hear it directly from Aniket. Aniket, how are you doing?
Very well, sir. It's going good. 14 days of quarantine, trying to be productive out here, reading out books. And
Right.
yeah, going good, yes.
Did you try to enhance your skills during this 14 days time?
Absolutely. I have been working on my technical skills a bit, and also I've been reading some books, which are which are helping me a lot in growing up. Yes.
Beautiful. So let's go one step back, Aniket, and just figure out as to what situation you were in before you enroll to career so to Career Launch Australia. What was going through your mind when you were looking for a job in your field on your own and not finding one?
So as soon as I graduated, the first thing I had in my mind is I have to secure a job in my field. That was my goal, and I was working towards it. There were a lot of things running through my mind. I was in a very confused state, to be honest. I
Uh,
didn't know where to go, what to do, how to apply, how to approach people. The one thing I did was just hitting the apply button on any job advertise I saw. There were a couple of hundred jobs which I applied for,
wow.
and there came a state in which I was losing hope, and I was losing myself and not being able to figure out what should I do to grab a job, because I was losing time. It was already 2.5 3 months where I was applying. I was losing quite a lot of time, so I was in a very agitated and confused state and didn't understand what to do exactly. That is the time where I was introduced to CLA and my journey
You
began.
you must be very stressed out back then because you have invested a lot of money in studying
Absolutely.
in Australia and still not being able to find a job on your own. So
Yes, surely. I was in a very stressful state. Like I said, it was confusing and the agitation grew up every day. I was every day when I wasn't able to find a job, the stress level grew every day, and it was pretty difficult times for this those 3 months because nothing was working out for me.
actually, I must say, and I must congratulate you that you have taken that first step very quickly.
Yes.
Why? Because typically, in my experience, most of our clients who are fresh graduates in your situation, they have spent between 6 to 9 months or even 1 year to look for a
Mhm.
job in their field. For various reasons, they may not have found Career Launch Australia, or they did not want to invest any money in Career Launch Australia, and they want to figure it out themselves. But then, because they have invested, because they have lost so much of time in their life, that is something that you can't buy back. So,
Yeah.
considering that, I think you have done extremely well in
Yes, I that was a stage where I understood the importance of time and the importance of investing in myself, because if you don't do that, it is very difficult for you to grow as an individual. So it is very important for us to understand that each and every day, while you're not getting a job, you're losing your time, and if you're losing your time, you're
Mhm.
indirectly losing your money. So it is necessary for us to understand this thing, that it is important to invest in ourselves and hit the target very well and very soon.
That's a very valid point that you're making, Aniket, because
Yes.
it's you obviously you're losing your time and you're losing the money.
Mhm.
But more importantly than that, the damage it does to your self confidence, to your self image, to your self belief. It takes a
Yes,
long time for you to recover from it.
absolutely.
So you have technical competency in AutoCAD, Primavera, P6, Bluebeam, etc. Did
Hmm.
particular softwares, any particular software helped you in getting this job quickly?
Not exactly. Like these softwares are the technical skills I possess, apart from the education which I have gained. But I won't say they had an upper hand when I was applying for jobs or while I was searching and applying for them. uh, on the basis of percentage, I would say they had a contribution of about 20 to 25 percentage in landing me in a job. But apart from that, the rest of the
Mhm.
80 or 75% were the soft skills, and people are more interested in that. What I have seen and what I have experienced by the interviews or the networking I've done. So the one thing that is more important than those software were my soft skills, which helped me a lot in gaining this job.
Wow, that's incredible. I
Yeah.
interviewed Gulam just a couple of weeks ago, a mechanical
Yes. Yes.
design engineer, a fresh
Yeah.
graduate who did not have any experience, and he's still on his 485 visa. He told me that when he appeared for the interview, I asked him exactly the same question, and he said the technical skills were only 10% of the total
Hmm.
interview, and I was absolutely blown away with that. And
It
today you
is
are
true.
saying it's 20 to 25%, which is around the same thing.
Yes, it's completely true that it doesn't have an upper hand when you go and apply for the job. Soft skills are something which will surely land you a job, not the technical skills. That is what I have been seeing, and that is what I have experienced.
And that's a very important message you are giving to people because most fresh graduates in your situation would focus mainly on their technical skills and then wonder why they are not getting the job, even if they have the technical skills. And you have
True.
answered that question pretty well.
I was one of them back when I was applying the jobs on my own. I was mainly focused on my technical skills and the hard skills. But with time, I realized after joining CLA, with the change of my mindset, I realized that this is where I'm going wrong, and I shouldn't be focusing much on that. It's not completely. It's not like completely you distract or sidetrack those things, but
Mhm.
the soft skills are more important, is what I could say.
Wow, brilliant. Now, one of the things that we teach our clients when we do the mentoring program is discovering your purpose,
Yes.
which I believe forms the foundation of your success, whether it's with your career success or with the life success. Did
True.
discovering your purpose help you in quickly finding the job that you love, and how?
Absolutely. So while doing this, you need to understand your final ultimate goals and the purpose for which you are doing this. So by doing that, the very first thing which you will understand that is the why and the how. Like why I want to do this. By gaining that ultimate purpose, by understanding the purpose, you have a clear mindset of why you're doing it, and then you get to know how you'll do it. Once you strive towards it, it is something which won't let you sleep at nights. It is
Hmm.
something which will take you to a track which you have to go till the end.
Yes,
So it is very important for everyone to understand their ultimate purpose and stick to it. That is something which should come from your heart, and it is very important to understand it and work towards it.
beautiful. You have a message from Rajat Patel.
Rajat.
He's congratulating you. Thank you, Rajat. Thank
Yes,
you for joining in, and thank you
Rajat
for your
is also
contribution.
a friend who has graduated from RMIT.
Ah,
He's
okay.
also actively seeking and looking up for jobs.
Oh, wow, there you go, Rajat. You got no better person to ask your questions to than Aniket. So you have joined this program at the right time. We have Nabi Chaudhary and Mr. Chaudhary. How are you doing? Actually I should call him Dr. Chaudhary because he has done his
Yes,
doctorate. I
right.
have personally mentored him, and a great guy. He's originally from Bangladesh, but
Hmm.
a great guy. I love this guy. Nabi, thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you,
Wow,
Nabi.
wonderful. Um, the next question I have is that before you started working with CLA, you had a lot of challenges such as lack of concentration,
Hmm.
lack of focus, time management, procrastination, etc. How did the Ultimate Shift program help you quickly get over these challenges?
Well, as the name suggests, the ultimate shift. So it was very necessary for me to shift from all these challenges to something which will lead me to a better understanding of how I'm going to process and progress with things. So there were a lot of challenges which I faced, as you mentioned, such as lack of concentration. And the Ultimate Shift program did one thing to me is setting up a schedule for me. A very good schedule was set up for me, in which I was waking up at 5 a.m. and I was actively talking and networking with people. I was doing all sort of things which were proactively helping me in building a great lifestyle and a great schedule. So the Ultimate Shift program was one of the very important things which made me realize that I have to change certain things in order to build a better lifestyle and a better schedule for myself. So all those 5 a.m. coffees and hard work ultimately paid off, and there we land today with the job.
Yes, so that's a very good point because when you talk to fresh graduates, and you were one of them,
Yes.
let's be very honest about it. Before joining CLA, before joining this program,
Mhm.
did you did you ever wake up at 5 o'clock in the
Never,
morning?
never. I remember waking up at 5 when I was in seventh grade, when in the morning I used to go for my football practices. That was the last time I remember waking up at 5 a.m.
Wow. I was just talking to a couple of guys before this program began, and I simply told them that results will come as long as you follow the process. It's a very simple
True.
logic. It's a very simple philosophy. You follow the
Yes,
process, then results will come. You just need to be
absolutely.
persistent, and you need to be
Yes,
persistent in the right direction for the results to come. And
true.
eventually, you did it, and then you mastered it, and we are seeing the results right now. You got a message from Uday Kumar. Congrats, Aniket.
Thank you there.
Great. Um, the next question I have for you is, what advice would you give to job searchers in your situation about strategic networking? How hard or easy is it?
It would be wrong to categorize it as hard or easy. I would
Hmm.
say it is very important. Rather than being hard or easy, should not be a matter of concern. You should be more focused and you should understand this thing that how important it is. I have got a job with the strategies of strategically connecting with people and networking. Hitting the apply button just on the job advertisement is not going to help to a greater extent. It is very important for you to strategically network with professionals, talk to them, and connect with them on an emotional and professional level. And this is where you will gain some momentum in the application processes. So strategically connecting with people is really important when it comes for job applications.
You made a great point here, Aniket, that it's not whether it was easy or hard. And I love that answer. Mainly because typically people are always looking for something which is easy to do.
True.
And that easy to do is always convenient. However, it will
Yes,
not give the rewards that you are looking for in a long run. So
absolutely.
somebody like you who did not actually like the strategic networking, um, did you have to, what kind of changes did you make within yourself for doing the strategic networking?
Very first thing was to boost up my confidence. I had to be confident enough before connecting and talking to people. Secondly, I would say it is very important to be yourself when you talk to people, rather than blabbering and telling some uh, something out of the box is not going to help. It's better to be yourself and
Mhm.
talk to people in that way. It is also important to connect with them, as I said, on an emotional and professional level. Because when you connect with them on an emotional and professional level, that is where you understand their expectations and their mindsets. And you're not someone who is going to a place just to gain something out of it for yourself, but you should
Mhm.
think that what is there for them as well. You should put yourself in their shoes, and that is where you will grow and understand what people actually need from you. So by talking to people and by connecting to them, this is what you do. Getting
So
out of
you
the box and going out of the box will help you in this way, by talking and connecting to them.
very important message. You need to be giver, right?
Yes, you need to be a giver.
The more you contribute to people, the better results you will get.
Absolutely.
We're joined by Yash Joshi. Yash, wonderful to see you. Yash, I mentioned to you about a couple of guys that I had a chat
Yes.
with just before this session. Yash is one of them. And I said to Yash that feel free to ask questions. You can't find anyone better than Aniket, to ask the questions too. So he has joined the session. We are also joined by Mitra. Mitra, thank you, Mitra. So I have personally mentored Mitra, and
Mhm.
he's congratulating you as well, Aniket.
Thank you, Mitra.
Cool. So um, let's talk about the limiting beliefs. What kind of limiting beliefs and mental fears you had before you enrolled in the CLA's program, and how did CLA's program help you in quickly getting over these negative emotions and build up your confidence with time?
Well, I would say the limiting beliefs are the one which will hold you back in doing everything. If you try to do something and if you have a limiting belief, that is going to hold you back to a greater extent. You have to overcome the limiting beliefs or the misconceptions you have about things in order to reach that goal, or in order to achieve that thing. I had some misconception and limiting beliefs, such as I wouldn't get a job unless and until I get my PR, or
Mhm.
something like I need to bag an internship before, or I need some Australian experience, or otherwise I wouldn't land in a job in Australia. There were quite a few of more limiting beliefs which I had, but it is very important to for us to overcome those beliefs and get out of those negative emotions in order to achieve your ultimate purpose, or achieve, I would say, simply to land a job. You need to understand these things, that there are many things which will hold you back because they are just in your mind, they are not in your reality. Something which is not in your reality is just fake. So you need to understand this, that the limiting beliefs will hold you back, but you need to overcome them, and unless and until you don't overcome them, you're you won't be proceeding in your process forward.
So let me understand this psychology, Aniket, because there are a lot of people who are in your situation. So
Hmm.
the fact is that you have invested. Whether you come from India or from any other country in the world, it doesn't really matter. But the reality is that you have made a lot of sacrifices. Your parents have actually made a lot of sacrifices when you came to Australia, and obviously, most of the fresh graduates will have the educational loan on them, which is
Yes.
like a hanging sword. And then you migrate to Australia. Sorry, you come to Australia to study here, and then after you complete 2 years of your education,
Hmm.
you're still thinking that, well, I would not get a job because I don't have a PR.
Yes.
So what makes you, or rather, what made you believe that you would not get a PR, you would not get a job because you don't have a PR? Was it your own mind telling you, or it was other people telling you all that?
To be honest, it wasn't me who was telling myself. There were a lot of people around me who were telling me this. If you
Right.
want to get a job, firstly get a PR, or else you get some Australian experience. If you don't have any of those, you're not getting a job. This is what every second person in Australia will be telling you. Your friends around you, even the people you know around and here in Australia will tell the same thing, because they also have the same limiting belief. They have been in situations like this where you are, and they couldn't get out of the situation just because of those limiting beliefs. So they would advise you based on their situations, and this is what people did to me as well. All I used to hear is you get a PR and then you get a job. Unless and until you get a PR, you're not landing anywhere. But that is not the reality. This is what people's assumptions are.
Right. So it's a good message that you are giving to other people, that you don't worry about what your friends are saying to you, because I believe
Absolutely,
that
yes.
anybody who is giving you an advice, their opinion probably is based on their own experience, or maybe they must have heard it from other people that because you don't have a PR, you won't get a job.
Yes.
But in my opinion, I mean, Robin is a great example. Robin gave
Hmm.
us a video testimonial a few months ago, and that job was advertised only for Australian or New Zealand PR or citizens, and he was still able to get that job,
Yeah,
which is quite magnificent.
absolutely.
Right, we have a message coming in from Ariz Khan.
He's gone.
How to get a job in foreign countries while sitting in India? Let me answer that for you, Aniket.
Sure.
Well, Aziz, you will need to have the Australian PR visa, or you will need to have the Australian visa, which will allow you to work in Australia, because it's almost impossible to get the sponsorship or the work permit here in Australia. So that is something that you will need to do, and you can most definitely seek the advice of a migration agent in your country wherever you are, and then that way apply for a PR and come to Australia. And then once you are here, or before you come here, we can most definitely help you with your job search. We have another message from Pratik. You know Pratik?
Yes, Pratik has been my classmate
Uh-huh.
during my masters, and is a very good friend of mine.
Wow. Great to see you, Pratik. Wonderful. It's very nice to see that your friends are motivating you and they are congratulating you, and they're celebrating your win, which is
True,
absolutely
true,
fantastic.
absolutely, yes, yes. They've been very supportive. I thank everyone for being with me.
Ah, okay, that's wonderful. So, share the value that you received in CLA's Ultimate Shift program.
Well, I would say persistence was very important, which I seeked and I learned. I was a person who was very divergent. I used to diverge myself in every way possible, actually, and distractions were something that had a very superior role in my life. So I was very distracted. Persistence was something which I would say was a very great value which I have learned and gained through CLA from the Ultimate Shift program. And not just being persistent, but persistent in the right direction is what I would say was very important for me.
Hmm.
So the Ultimate Shift program ultimately made me a persistent individual. And today, if I approach things, if I approach any challenges, I do them persistently. I found a way, I found a direction, and I just follow this direction, which I know is the right direction, and try to be persistent in it.
So, do you believe that the value that we offer to you in the program, and some of the philosophies and the techniques and the mindsets that we shared with you, they can be used for the rest of your life as well?
Absolutely. This is not just a program for you to land a job. I would say this is a program which will shape your life, which will shape your mindset in a way in which you will ultimately, you'll lead a life in a better way. You'll approach challenges and problems in a very significant manner. If you won't just blindly go, I have a problem today, and how would I solve it? That how part will be solved very nicely for you if you change your mindsets. And CLA has done an incredible job for me in that case.
Oh, thank you so much. It means a lot,
All
Aniket.
thanks to you, sir. Yeah, I heartfully thank you for being with me all this time.
You're such a wonderful person. Thank you so much. We have a question from Yesh Joshi. Yesh says, what would you like to say to someone like me who has 3 months of Australian internship experience and 11 months of work experience in India and still feel not so confident just because of lacking in residency requirements? How to be confident and positive in such case? You can answer this
Okay.
question, Aniket.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, you are in a situation where at least you have a 3 months of Australian internship experience. I was a person who had zero experience in the Australian industry. You have 11 months of work experience in India. I had just about 7 or 8 months of experience back in India. So, having this experience is a good thing, but it is not the ultimate thing which will land you in a job. Firstly, you have to have a mindset which is leading you in the right direction. Be consistent and persistent with that. You understand your ultimate purpose, why you're doing this. Understanding that why part is very important for you. So don't limit yourself just because you have 3 months of Australian internship experience or 11 months of international experience or something like that. You have to get out of your limiting beliefs that these things are holding you back. These things, as I said, they are necessary. They can be termed as important, but they are not ultimately important for you. There are a lot of things which will land you in the job. Very first thing would be your positive and a progressive mindset for you. Yash is working with you, I guess, right now.
Yash, well, he will be working. Yash, I
Okay.
had a session with him today. So
Right.
he quite liked what I shared with him in today's session itself. But then I said,
Mm-hmm.
if you have any questions, it's better that you ask the questions to Aniket before you enroll in the
Okay.
program. So that way you will have enough clarity as to why you want to enroll in the
Yes.
program. And
Right.
then, we can take it from there.
Yes, as I said, understanding that why part is very important. Yes, and to address the residency requirements. I'm still on my bridging visa. I haven't even got my TR at the moment. I've applied for it and I'll be getting it very soon. But I just have got my employment letter on the basis of my bridging visa. So, and there are a lot of examples you will see like me who are on their TR or bridging visa and still they have got their jobs. So, limiting yourself just because of the residency requirements or the PR is not something you should do. You should get out of that mindset and you should do what is important at this stage. That is change your mindset.
Yes, absolutely. Again, going back to what you were saying earlier, it's all about mindset. So feeling confident or not feeling confident is the state of mind.
Yes, of
And
course.
confidence can be created if you know the ways to create that confidence or the techniques to create the
Absolutely.
confidence. It is not hard because, Aniket was in that situation, and there have been a lot of our clients who have been in that situation where they did not have any experience from before. They did not have, they had not worked anywhere, not just in Australia, but anywhere in their life, in any part of the world, and we have still been able to help them in professionally getting the jobs in their field. So yes, I completely agree with what you're saying. We have a question from Mitra. Can you see the question?
Yes, Aniket, how did you effectively connect with recruiters? Okay, so Mitra, there are a lot of strategies which will help you connecting with recruiters. Building up your LinkedIn profile in a better manner, which is attractive, would surely help you. And it's not just connecting with them, but there are quite a few more things which you should do apart from connecting. Just sending a connection request is some, like, it's nothing, like it won't help you much. But talking to them, seeking their guidance, you understanding the industry which you want to work in, and talking to them will surely help you. So it is not something out of the world or something very extraordinary to be done. It is a very simple thing, and it is a very simple process. So yeah, that is what I could say to you.
I'm glad you said that, Aniket, because many times people believe that getting a job in Australia is a rocket science, but it is not.
It's not.
The only thing that is rocket science is rocket science. All you need to do is follow the process, and the results will come. You just need
Absolutely.
those tools and techniques to find a job in Australia. And
Absolutely.
most people don't have them. And as a result of that they are being persistent. But, like you said earlier, they are being persistent in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
All right. We have another message from Pradeep. It's a long one, so let me read it for you. Congratulations, Aniket. Good to see you, Raju sir, after a long time. Thank you, Pradeep. Thank you so much. I was looking for a migration, but then I fell into fatherhood, and later we postponed migration idea. I would like to understand immigration rule if anything changed in last year, like I'll score minimum points required considering COVID situation worldwide. Pradeep, firstly, thank you for joining in. I'm really thankful to you. Now, I'm not sure about the situations, having changed in the last 1 year because, as you clearly know, and I clearly told you earlier as well, that we are not migration agents. So I'm not across any changes that have taken place. However, if you need any help with migration or any migration agent, I can most definitely refer you to the channel partner that we work very closely with. We cannot offer you any migration related to advice. We are not a authorized migration agent. But if you need any help, you can most definitely reach out to the people that you know back home in India, or you can send me an email or a request on LinkedIn, and I can most definitely refer you to somebody that we work very closely with. Um, we have somebody, Harshad Godke. Rajiv Bedse, how did you get my Facebook ID when I immigrated here? I have no idea. Harshad, I have no idea. How did I get your linked Facebook ID? Look, honestly speaking, I have no idea. I mean, most of the times I connect with people, when they send me the request, typically, I would say there would be at least 200 requests pending there in my Facebook account, which I did not have the time to respond to. So honestly speaking, I have no idea how did I respond to you or how did I connect with you on LinkedIn. But the good thing is that we are connected, Pradeep, sorry, Harshad. So be in touch if you need any help. I will always be there to help you. All right. So moving forward, Aniket, what specific advice would you give to aspiring fresh graduates in your situation about CLA's program?
I would say I have been in the situation where people are right now. I have been struggling to find a job. I have lost a couple of few months when I was applying for jobs by myself. The very first thing I would suggest someone is to don't hesitate to invest in yourself. You are doing an investment which will ultimately pay you somewhere. So don't hesitate anywhere to invest in yourself, be it
Hmm.
of any kind of investment, be it money investment, be it time investment, or any other kind of investment. Secondly, the Ultimate Shift program or the overall program of Career Launch Australia will surely help you in changing your mindsets. It is not just a program which will land you in a job, but it will make you understand certain things which are very important in your life. And this program will help you towards a lifetime. not just by giving or landing helping you to land in a job, but ultimately understanding yourself, which is very very important. We Everyone lacks in this thing of understanding themselves. If I ask someone what are your strengths and weaknesses, he cannot answer me in an instance. He'll take an couple of 3 5 minutes to think, and okay, I'm good at this, but I don't know what I'm bad at. So it is very 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 important to understand yourself, and this is what the CLA's ultimate shift program will help you to do, to understand yourself.
Beautiful. Now, the next message that I have, this person is really trying to test your integrity here. His his name is
Okay.
his name is Parth Shinde, and he's saying,
Yes.
"How were you able to stay consistent and follow the same routine every day? Did you ever felt like I would take a break today, or ever felt like procrastinating? You got to be very honest now, Aniket."
Absolutely, I did. There were times when where there was a time when I had to. I felt like taking a break or procrastinating things for today, tomorrow, or the day after. But I had the ultimate vision in my mind. I had to stick to my ultimate goal. My ideas were very clear. CLA and Rajiv sir made it very clear to me who I am and what I have to do. And I was very much attached to my ultimate goal, I would say. So that had an upper hand over my procrastination, and that is what kept me to my seat, kept me working, and that is where I didn't feel like taking a break after thinking about my ultimate goals.
You made a very good point earlier, which I just remembered. You said that you should be progressive. Most
Yes.
fresh graduates, they want to become perfectionist, and they wait for things to
Hmm.
become perfect. They wait till the situations improve. For example, coronavirus.
Yeah.
It's a new norm. You can't change it. That's how it will be. So
Absolutely.
you don't want to wait till the situations change. You can make whatever you can make out of the available situation or out of the available resources. That's the only thing that you can do.
True.
So most people, the my recommendation to people, my message to people is that don't wait till you become a perfectionist, or you don't want to become a perfectionist, or don't want to, uh, you know, reach a particular level before you take action. You take action, and then you will reach a particular level in your life. So
Absolutely.
I strongly believe that progression is more important than perfection is, and that's what you said in different words, Aniket.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Great. Mitra has got another question for you, and he's saying, Aniket, what kind of questions or queries you had before applying for the job, and how did you ask them?
Well, you always have questions, and I also had questions before applying to jobs. The way I asked them was very simple. I tried to be myself. I presented my ideas very clearly and to the point. If you have any queries or questions, if you're when you're applying for a job, be very specific, and be to the to try being to the point. Don't diverge yourself here and there in long speeches. Be yourself and just ask whatever you feel like.
Right. Yash Zoshi has got another question. He says, how many jobs have you applied for before you got this one? Great question, Yash.
Yes. So before joining CLA, I had a count of around 120, 125 jobs I've applied for. After after I went through the program and I had a very great change of my mindset, I would say I applied for around 20 to 30 jobs within just 2 weeks of time. I bagged a couple of interviews, and this was the out of those 20 jobs, this was the fourth job I applied for. I remember very clearly. This was just the fourth job, but it was this job was a bit procrastinated from my side because I had a couple of interviews scheduled for me.
Mhm.
And ultimately, I understood that this is the job I need because It was very well related to my field. The job profile and the work I was doing was ultimately what I had to do. So yeah, and it's not the number game. It's not really important how many you apply, but it's really important to apply for the ones which you actually deserve and you actually want to do it.
Absolutely. The quality is more
Yes,
important.
the quality matters more than the quantity.
Yes. Yash Patel wants to congratulate you, and he's asking
Thank you,
another
Yash.
question. Seen you in all your ups and downs.
Yes.
Evidence of. Oh, so Yash knows you well.
Yash is Yash is my roommate and back in
Wow.
Melbourne, and he has been with me since 2 years, since the day I came from India to Australia.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been a very good friend and really supportive one. Thank you, Yash.
Nice to see you joining in, Yash. Thank you so much. So, Aniket, I strongly believe that your life is about adding value to others in a meaningful way while doing what you
Yeah,
love to do. And now that you have got a job in your field, I know for sure that you will do your very best in adding a lot of value to the employers. I
surely,
strongly
sir.
wish and pray for you that you will get your PR visa very soon and you will progress in your life as quickly as you possibly can. This video testimonial is going to reach a lot of people who are in your situation. So, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for giving this video testimonial. I can't thank you enough. And anybody who is in Aniket's situation can most definitely approach us, Career Launch Australia, and we'll be more than happy to have a chat with you about your job prospects. As long as you have the Australian PR visa, or as long as you have the visa which allows you to work here in Australia on an ongoing basis and on a full-time basis, it'll be our pleasure to help you with your queries. So with that, Aniket, once again, thank you so much once
Thank
again.
you so much, sir.
Would you like to add something before we say goodbye?
Yes, thank you everyone watching this. I strongly recommend everyone to invest in themselves and keep it up and don't lose hopes. If anything, Rajiv sir is a very, very humble and good person who you could seek advice from, who is not just a mentor for getting you a job, but is a mentor for life. So, all the best to everyone, and thank you so much, Rajiv sir. I heartily thank Career Launch Australia for getting me where I am today.
Thank you very much. It means a lot to me. Wish you all the very best, and
Thank you.
guys,
Thank
I
you.
will see you in one of these videos very very soon. So bye for now.